Okay, let's take it back to the NFC East then. We will start off with the Cowboys because they have the highest win total, 10.5. I think it's a bit of a high one. But we'll group it same as we've been doing every 4 weeks. They got a tough stretch to start versus the Buccaneers, versus the Bengals, then at Giants and versus Washington. I have them going 2-2 here, but it's not what you would expect. I have them taking that dub against the Bucks at the in the week one. That game last year was so close. I thought the Cowboys almost deserved that game. Um, I think they can get it done this year. I'm losing to Cincinnati, getting upset by the Giants. I think they'll split with them. Spoiler alert,
Oh, look at that.
and beating Washington.
Wow.
I like to hear that. I'm losing their first two to Tampa and Cincy to beating the Giants and Washington.
Yeah, I'm the same as Max here. I got 2-2 to open this up.
Me as well.
I do too as well.
Man, I'm just thinking it's the NFL. Something crazy's got to go.
I hope
I'm
you're
not,
right.
I'm
I
not
hope
just
you're
picking
right.
the.
Me too.
Sorry, anybody quarterback by Daniel Jones is not getting that upset. I'm sorry.
I'm taking Brian Dable over Mikey McCarthy though. But yeah, no. I mean, the Cowboys will be better, but I think the Giants split with them.
I hope so.
Yeah. Okay. Next 4 games before their bye. Their bye's in week 9. Next 4 games they have at the Rams, at the Eagles, home against the Lions, home against the Bears. I'm going 3-1 here, dropping to the Rams, beating the Eagles, the Lions, and the Bears.
I have 2-2. I think they'll lose to the Rams and the Eagles, then beat the Lions and the Bears. I think there's so little that separates them and Philly. It's just Philly's at home this week, and I have them splitting. Spoiler alert, they'll split. And I have Dallas beating Philly later in Dallas. It's tough, but I can't bring myself to pick against the home team in that situation.
Yeah, so I also got a split here. I got 2-2. I think I also have them splitting with Philadelphia, but I think Philly's taking this first game. And I also got them losing to the Rams.
I have the same as Max, losing to the Rams and then losing to the Eagles, and then winning the next two.
Yeah, I have them going 2-2, but kind of like what Will said earlier, it's the NFL. I think they'll beat the Rams in week 5. No reason why. Just it's the NFL. It happens. And I have the Eagles taking the one at home, and then I have them obviously the Cowboys down the road taking it at their place. So 2-2 against the Lions and the Bears.
So do I have them? I have them at 6-6. Yes. No, 5-3 heading into the bye, and you guys all have them 4-4.
Yeah.
I got them 4-4 at this point. Yep.
Okay, well, next 4 games at Green Bay, at Minnesota, home against the Giants, home against the Colts. I got a feeling this is where I'll differ from people. I got them dropping to the Packers. I got them dropping to the Vikings. I got them splitting with the Giants, getting that W there. I got them dropping to the Colts. I got them 1-3 in this stretch.
This one's tough for me. I have them losing to Green Bay, beating Minnesota, beating the Giants, losing to the Colts. So 2-2.
I'm right here with Max. I got 2-2. I wrote down on my sheet when I was going through this at that game at Minnesota. It's a battle of the chokers.
It is.
Got Kirk and Dak. As much as I don't love that play call by McCarthy, I don't think Dak. I don't trust him in big games. So yeah, I'll see him take that one, but I got 2-2 here.
Okay, well that's where my dub against Tampa Bay comes in. You guys have the dub against Minnesota. We're pretty much catching back up to where everyone is, I guess.
Yeah.
Like Minnesota's catching a lot of flack this episode.
Yeah,
Like,
we'll
everyone's
wait for
yeah,
that
come up with
episode,
these
huh?
record
Kirk
predictions
Cousins.
against the loss. It'll be interesting to see their record prediction.
I'll drop some Kirk Cousins merch when we drop that episode.
But yeah, I have them going 2-2. I'm a believer in the Colts, so I think they'll lose to the Colts, and then I have them losing to Green Bay as well.
I have them going 1-3. Only beating the Giants. Sorry, Max.
That's all right.
All right,
Not
last
personally.
last 5 weeks. probably their easiest stretch. Not too easy, but they got the Texans, the Jaguars, the Eagles again, the Titans, and Washington. I got them closing out here at 4-1. I've been beating the Texans and the Jags, splitting with Philly, taking that L there because I hadn't beaten them earlier. And then I have them taking the W against the Titans and Washington, 4-2 in the division, 10-7 overall.
I got them going 5-0. I think this is the point in the season, or around the point in the season, where Michael Gallup is fully back. I think their offense hits a stride against bad teams those first couple weeks, and they beat Philly at home in a big game. That's where the Dak clutch performance is. Obviously, it's questionable, but you never know. That's where I think they'll win that game, and then I just think they're going to be hot going into those last couple games against, like, I'd say below, not even a Titans below average, but not great teams.
Yeah, I got 4-1 here. I did call a split earlier with Philadelphia. I think they get that game back. But other than that, yeah, I see 4-1 here. It's a pretty nice way to close out the season. And Will, just like you, I got him at 10-7 for the year.
I got them closing out 5-0, and then finish 10-7, and then 5-1 division, and the only loss being the Philly.
Yeah, I'm with Maxie here. Like, I love the point about Gallup hitting their stride late in the season here against some crappy teams, and I have them going 11-6.
I also have 11-6.
I think one thing that's going underlooked. I like Michael Gallup a lot. I don't know when he's going to be back. Maybe halfway through the year, towards the end. It was a late ACL tear, right? ACL. I think people forget how good James Washington is. They picked up James.
I agree.
I think
I
James
love James
Washington can be a big sleeper this year because
Good point.
I always wanted him. I was always ready for. He's so flashy. He's an amazing catch, something, and everyone would take a look at him. But he would never be able to do anything behind Deontay, Claypool, Juju. He wasn't getting the playing time. He could get some stuff going here.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's talented, and he's gonna have to do something. He's gonna have to. That'll be out for however long.
Because they lost Cedric Wilson too.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna bring up. Is he the new Cedric Wilson replacement?
All right. Next up, a ridiculously low win total, in my opinion. The Eagles, 8.5. I'm not a big bettor, but I'm putting a lot of money on this. This is one of the easiest overs I've seen in recent time. The Eagles, we'll get to my record later, but this is a very easy over. Their schedule's not bad. I believe in them a lot. They got way better in the offseason. So, and I'm just going to say real quick, the Giants in Washington, their win total over under is 7.5. So the Eagles having one win over those two, that's just blasphemy to me. Okay. First 4 weeks, the Eagles have the Lions, the Vikings, the Commanders, and the Jaguars. I have them going 3-1 here. I have them beating the Lions, beating Minnesota, getting upset by the Commanders, and beating the Jaguars.
I have them 4-0, and I'll just spoil it going forward. I have them starting 8-0. I think they'd beat all those teams. They're a damn good team. They're a damn good team. On paper.
That's why I had when I said the Cowboys were going to beat the Eagles in week 7, I think it was because I had the Eagles at like 6-0 or something, and I was like, I don't see that happening. They got to drop one. I'm going to drop the Cowboys right here. That's
They probably will, but like on paper, like they're so good. I don't see weak spot on that team. It's crazy. Yeah. Quarterback, like that's it. If you even want to call it that.
Here.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Let's look at the schedule you got. If you're talking Commanders upset, I feel like there's a pretty good shot you're probably going for now. So.
Yeah. Hey, man, that Wentz revenge game, though, man.
Oh, yeah. I'm so scared.
Yeah, no, I just realized that right now. I just didn't. I'm like, I think a 4-0 start for any. I mean, there's not many teams that do that. Even teams like the Bills, like, are likely to drop a game. So I had them dropping to a divisional rival rather than Kirk Cousins, the Lions, or the Jaguars.
I have them starting up 9-0.
Hell yeah, I like it.
Wow. Okay. Well, this is what I'm talking about. Their schedule's pretty easy.
So easy.
They have a really easy schedule.
The only team with an easier schedule is the Giants.
Yeah. This whole
Crazy.
division really has a pretty damn easy schedule.
They do.
I mean, when you look at who's in the division, yeah.
Then they play the NFC North. Like,
Okay, well, after the first four, they have Cardinals, Cowboys, bye week, Steelers, Texans. Got them 3-1 here. Got them dropping that one to the Cowboys, beating the Cardinals, Steelers, and Texans. That's the first 8 games. I'll add another game. I'll add that Washington game. So I have them winning that. So I have them at 7-2 for the first 9 weeks. Elijah said he had them at 9-0. Max said 6-0, and then what?
Well, I had them 8-0, and I have them dropping that game to Washington. I think they'll split against Washington. I just have a weird feeling that they will. I don't know. I think Wentz will get a game back against Philly, but I have them starting 8-1.
Yeah, I also got 8-1 to start, but I think that loss, for some reason, I don't know why, I think it's coming from Arizona. I
Could
think
be.
too.
it's the battle of the
Arizona
shitty-
early in the year. And when they're
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, exactly. It's fun.
Exactly.
Have Cliff Kingsbury. It's like undefeated.
Hmm.
He does it every time. He starts like 7-0, and then he's like 7-8. So
True.
yeah, I'll take first half Cliff Kingsbury over Mike McCarthy any day.
Okay. We'll go next four games. Yeah. So they have at the Colts versus the Packers versus the Titans at the Giants. Kind of a tough stretch they start getting into. I have them going 2-2 here. I have them losing to the Colts. I have them upsetting the Packers. This is kind of one where I'm going through the Packers schedule. I'm like, they need a loss here, but I think the Eagles are perfectly capable of beating the Packers. I have them dropping to Tennessee as well and beating the Giants.
I definitely have them losing to the Colts. I think that's a disciplined team. Eagles are a young team. I think the Colts will win that game. I have them losing to the Packers. I have them beating the Titans, beating the Giants.
I'm right here with Max, and the reason I picked them over the Titans is because nobody can stop Derrick Henry until you bring in Jordan Davis.
I like it.
If there's one guy who's going to stop Derrick Henry, I'll take Jordan Davis. So, yeah, I got him too.
They also added freaking Nakobe Dean and Hassan Reddick that nobody. I mean, they have a good defense.
They got Hassan Reddick. Did I miss that?
Am I wrong? Yeah, they did, right?
I think
Yeah,
so.
they did.
Their defense is legit.
Yeah. They got, not only did they pick up A.J. Brown on offense, their defense was multiple additions. This is, I'm very high on the Eagles.
James Bradbury,
Ooh.
too.
Yeah, that's
About Bradbury,
fun.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Okay, last 4 games. We got Bears, Cowboys, Saints, Giants. Got them going 2-2. I have I have them going 3-1. I have a win against the Bears, a win against the Cowboys, having them split that series, a win against the Saints, and dropping to the Giants at the end of the year, splitting with them.
I'd like to see that. I have them beating the Bears, losing to the Cowboys and Saints, beating the Giants.
Yeah, I got 3-1 here. I think your only loss is coming to Dallas. Sorry, Max.
That's okay.
They're getting swept.
That's all right. I get it. I have them getting swept, too.
I have them beating the Bears, losing to Dallas, losing to New Orleans, and then beating the Giants.
yeah, I have them going 3-1, beating the Bears, and then this is the Cowboys getting their split, and then against the Saints and Giants as well.
Okay, so everyone's record for them. I'm at 12-5, going 3-3 in the division. I got them splitting with everyone in the division. I just think this is even though their tiers better than the Giants and Commanders, same tier-ish as Cowboys, even though I think they're the best team in the division. I got them going 12-5 though, 12-5.
I got 13-4.
I have 12-5.
There's a loss.
I got 13-4.
Yeah, I got 11-6. I'm with you, Will. There. Jalen Hurts, I assume, will have like some hiccups along the way this year. He's got to improve as a passer. So I have them splitting with everyone in the division, and I think 11-6 is pretty fair.
I think an 11-6 record is like what I was envisioning before I went through the schedule. Their schedule was just so easy. I had them at 12. I mean, this team, like Jalen Hurts is one. I think we've talked about this before. He has a top 3, I think, amount of pressure on him of any quarterback in the league. When they have probably a top 6, top 7 receiving core with AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Quez Watkins, Goddard at tight end. And people forget last year, or some people don't even know that they have the number 1 rushing offense in the league.
Yeah, they can. I think they're the best offensive line in the league too.
Yeah, it's that O line, and they don't have really a star running back. They just have the community that they use everyone. So, and as well as Jalen Hurts back there. So,
yeah,
great rushing offense, one of the best receiving cores in the league. If Hurts can improve as a passer, we've already talked about how much better that defense got. This is going to be a good team this year.
I think that Miles Sanders is a stud, but last year he barely touched the ball. So I feel like for the Eagles to be successful, they have to like run the ball with Miles Sanders and not just utilize Jalen Hurts as basically like their running back, because they got a good backfield with Miles Sanders, Kenneth Gainwell, Boston Scott's still there. I mean, that's a solid backfield, and then they got good receivers. I think Jalen Hurts has a lot of pressure on him to do good.
Yeah, definitely.
I just love the additions they made. They were missing that vertical down the field type of guy at receiver, and Devontae Smith obviously showing what he can do in his second year. I just love the additions they made on offense and defense. Put that behind the run game and the O line. It's going to be trouble for the NFC East.
All right, well, segue into let's go New York Giants. Let's go Max's team. Let's go. They're 7.5 over under win total. I think it's a decent one. I wouldn't put a lock on an over or under here. I might lean towards under. But they do have one of the easiest schedules in the league. I think this is one of the I said this before, the Giants and the Commanders both, in my opinion, very high ceiling, very low floor. Tough to predict. We don't know what we're going to get from either one of them. The Giants, in my opinion, with getting better on the O-line and getting rid of a horrible coach and getting Brian Dable, who I think everyone's a big fan of. That's why I'm not putting any lock on the under, as well as their easy schedule. I don't know, but let's go through their schedule. They got at the Titans versus the Panthers versus the Cowboys versus the Bears. I have them surprising people through the first 4 weeks, starting out 3-1. I have them dropping to the Titans, beating Baker Mayfield and the Panthers, getting that upset against the Cowboys, and beating the Bears.
I have them 2-2. I have them losing to Tennessee and beating Carolina. I think they're gonna split those games. I don't know how it's gonna go. I think they'll split them. I have them losing to Dallas and beating Chicago. So 2-2.
Yeah, I also got a split here. I got them beating Chicago, and I also have them beating Carolina. But I got them dropping their other two.
I have them beating Tennessee and beating Chicago.
It all comes down to Danny Dimes for me. I think it'll kind of take them a while to get back in the groove of things. Their first win comes in week 4 against the Bears.
I think that like the Giants' defense itself can help them win like more games than people expect them to.
I agree.
All right, well, they have a tougher stretch after that. They have the Packers, the Ravens, and then the Jaguars and the Seahawks. I am going 1-3 here. I have them beating the Seahawks in week 9, but I have them dropping to the Packers, the Ravens, and to the Jaguars, who I kind of believe in the Jaguars, but we'll get to that.
I'm a little bit worried about that game, but I do have them 2-2, beating Jags, the Seahawks, losing to Green Bay and Baltimore.
Yeah, I got 2-2 here. Same thing. I got them beating Jacksonville, and I got them beating Seattle. but I can't trust them those other 2 games. So I got 2 and 2.
I have the same as Max and Zach being Seattle and the Jags, and the other 2 are. I mean, they would have to pull off something crazy to beat the Ravens or the Packers.
Yeah.
But I think I don't know, the other 2, like the Jaguars and the Seahawks they could go either way. I think the Seahawks are better than what people think, and I think the Jags are also better than what people think. So
I agree.
Yeah, I'm with Will on the Jacksonville train a little bit here. I have them losing to Jacksonville, losing to the Ravens and the Packers, and then beating the Seahawks.
All right. They got the bye right there, so I have them at 4-4 heading into the bye. Then they have the Texans, the Lions, the Cowboys, and Washington. I got 2-2 there. I have them beating the Texans, dropping to the Lions, and splitting with the Cowboys, taking an L there, beating the Commanders.
I have 3-1. I just have them losing to the Cowboys. I think, I don't know, off of a bye, trust them to beat Houston. That'd be 3 straight wins for them. They'll be riding that. I think they can beat Detroit with that type of momentum. I don't think they'll beat Dallas, but I think they could beat Detroit and beat Washington the week after. As crazy as it sounds, Daniel Jones has had Washington's number. He's looked really good against them, so I trust that. I have them going 3-1 there.
Max, you ready for this?
Yeah.
0-4.
Wow, that's crazy.
Wow.
Sorry, I've seen teams, especially in the middle of the season with a bye, happen to the Patriots last year. They came out, had a bye after winning I think they had 9 wins at this point. It was, Will, you know it perfectly. It was right for that Colts game, and they just collapsed. And I have a feeling that's going to happen with the Giants. I mean, you win 4 games to start. You're at 500 heading into the bye week. I think they're going to collapse, and I think they're going to fall hard.
I could see it. It's a young team,
Exactly.
but
Young team, young coach. I think he's going to have trouble settling them down, especially if they come out and lose that Week 10 game. So
yeah, that's true. That would be bad.
sorry.
I have them going 1-3, beating the Texans.
Me too, Gotti.
All right, last 5 games. Tough stretch. We got Eagles, Washington, Vikings, Colts, Eagles again. I have them 1-4 here. I have them dropping to Eagles, Washington, Vikings, and Colts. Then getting that sneaky upset in Week 18 against the Eagles for an overall record of 7-10, splitting with everyone in the division, missing that over by half a game.
I also have 1-4. I have them beating Washington. You asked me in 2 days, I might even say they beat Minnesota. I wouldn't be surprised. But I've been finishing at 8-9.
Yeah, I had them split with Washington. Do you have them sweeping them?
Yeah, I do have them sweeping Washington.
Okay.
I don't know. We'll talk about Washington in a minute, but I'm not super high on them.
Hey, Max.
Are you gonna say 0-5?
0-5. I'm sorry.
I'd be shocked if they lost 9 games in a row.
0-9.
I would.
Wow.
It's the Giants. 0-9 on the back half. It's going to be one of the best collapses we've seen in recent memory.
I'd be shocked.
See, I could see that if they had Joe Judge, but I find it hard to believe. In the last 9 weeks, they have the Texans, the Lions, Washington twice. At least 4. That's 4 really winnable games there. I don't know. They got to win at least 1 or 2 of those, I feel like.
Yeah.
They're winnable games. I'm not going to deny it.
Yeah.
I just don't think they're going to win. I think this is Daniel Jones' reckoning. He's gone. I've never been a believer in him.
Zach is secretly projecting big injuries to all their weapons on offense towards the end of the year.
See, that's the thing. Daniel Jones has the quote that their GM used was they've done everything they can to screw him up, which is true. This is easily the best team Daniel Jones had around him. I would be shocked if this was his worst year.
Yeah.
Not worst year, just greatest collapse.
So would it be their defense then? Because I think their defense is pretty talented.
No, I'm not going to say it's on the defense. I don't know. I feel like it's just an inkling, honestly. It really is.
I mean, I see it. They're a young team. Like, if there's a team that's going to.
Especially, I mean, you have a young coach too. I mean, it doesn't feel like new coaches and the Giants have really mixed well. So
Good
I
point.
guess we'll see, but
That's a good point.
yeah, it'll be interesting.
Yeah, like you said, young team, young coach equals not being able to string together wins, and I just have another 1-4 stretch down the line. I'm pumped to see Saquon healthy again, see what Kadarius Toney can do, but I just can't see them together stringing more than 7 wins. So
I have them only being Washington on the stretch, and I think they finished 6-11, and I think this is the end of the Daniel Jones era, and they move on because they'll probably end up having a high pick in the draft.
Yeah, probably. Well, then again, I mean, I have them at 8 and 9, which would probably put them in the middle of the. But I don't know. I don't know what they do at the quarterback position if that happened. The worst thing that could happen for this whole Daniel Jones situation is for him to be decent this year. That would be horrible. And then
I agree.
Force them to make a decision.
I agree.
That'd be bad.
I agree.
Okay, well, let's get into the Washington Commanders. New quarterback Carson Wentz. Another fairly easy schedule, like we said. This really, the Giants and the Commanders, the whole division has a fairly easy schedule. They start off. Oh, sorry, their over under is also 7.5. This is a team for me. I've seen a lot of people high on them, thinking 8-9 wins, maybe a sneaky wildcard team. I've also seen people saying 3 or 4 wins, very low on them. Like I said, high ceiling, low floor. I can't really argue too hard with either one of those takes, in my opinion. I could see their season going either way. But to start off, they have the Jaguars, the Lions, the Eagles, and the Cowboys. I have them going 2-2. I have them dropping to the Jaguars, taking the W against the Lions, an upset against the Eagles that I said earlier, and dropping to Dallas.
Also, I'm 2-2. I have them beating Jacksonville and Detroit to start, and then losing the next 2.
Yeah, I'm right with you, Max. Start 2-0, and then you double back to 2-2.
I have them starting 1-3. They beat the Jags, and then they drop 3 straight.
I love the front 7 on this team, and I love guys like Antonio Gibson and Scary Terry. But I still see him as a middle of the pack team. I see him going 1-3 to start.
I think this has been a kind of a common thing. I'm picking these 4-game stretches. I'm taking the normal thing here would be beat Jacksonville and the Lions, lose to Eagles and Dallas. But I always have that one game that's throwing it off. I can already see the comments God, this dude thinks they're losing to the Jaguars. Next 4, Cowboys, Titans, Bears, Packers. 1-3 here. I got them beating the Bears, dropping. Oh no, I said that wrong. Titans, Bears, Packers, Colts. Still have them 1-3 here. Beating the Bears, dropping to the Titans, Packers, and Colts.
I have them beating Tennessee, beating Chicago, upsetting the Packers week 7, and then losing the Colts. I think they're going to get after Aaron Rodgers week 7.
Wow.
Yeah, that's my one upset of this division. But I'm confident if there's a team that's going to beat Aaron Rodgers, it's going to be a team that will get after it, and the Washington will. So.
Amen, Maxie. I'm with you there. I like the Packers upset.
Let's go.
Hey, Will, can you give me a quick reminder? Is that Chicago game in Chicago, or is that in Washington?
In Chicago.
Thursday night.
I'm gonna give them that win. So I'll give them 1-3 in the stretch.
I have them going. They lose to Tennessee. They beat Chicago. They lose to the Packers, and they lose to the Colts. I have them going 1-3. I think the Colts are going to be a real good team this year.
Oh, I'm excited for that episode. All right, next 4: Vikings, Eagles, Texans, Falcons. I have them 3-1. I have them snagging a W against Kirk Cousins here, dropping to the Eagles, and getting wins against the Texans and the Falcons.
I have. Oh, hold up, I messed up. I have also 3-1. I have them beating Minnesota, beating Philly. That's an upset. Beating Houston, and then I have them losing to Atlanta. I don't really have rationale. It's just one of those gut picks. I think Falcons pull it off somehow.
Yeah.
I got 2-2 here. I think they're taking Atlanta. And I also have them winning another one of those games, but I have 2-2 here.
I have them going 2-2 as well. They lose to Minnesota and Philly, and then they beat Atlanta and Houston.
Okay. Last five, they have Giants bye week Giants. I got them splitting there. I have beating the Giants first, coming off the bye, losing to them. Oh no, opposite. Losing to the Giants bye week, beating the Giants. Then the last three is the 49ers, the Browns, and the Cowboys. I have them dropping all those games, finishing at a 7-10 record, 2-4 in the division.
I have them going 0-5 to finish. I mean, I picked my Giants games already. I think they're going to beat Washington twice. It's this thing where they've always had their number. Daniel Jones has looked like a completely different player against Washington. I don't think they can beat San Francisco. I think the game against Cleveland will be close, but I trust a more mature team in Cleveland to win that game. And then I don't think they beat Dallas that last week, so I have them finishing 8-9.
Yeah, so I got them going 2-3 in the stretch. I think they're sweeping your Giants, Max. Sorry.
Wow.
It's all right. No, I get it.
Yeah, no.
They're not a good team.
I see this happening. They're definitely not taking any in that last three.
No.
Because as much as we don't want to admit it, there is a possibility that Deshaun is back by that point.
Mhm.
Some people are seeing suspension for a year, but with the league's history, I wouldn't be surprised by like a 6 to 8 game suspension. So that Browns team is going to be rolling by that point, I think. So I can't put them over them either. And I have them finishing at 7-10.
I think that back-to-back Giants game, I think they'll split. Like either way it goes, like if it's at home or away. And then I have them losing to the 49ers, the Browns, and the Cowboys. And then I have them finishing 5-12.
5-12. Wow.
Yeah, well,
I've seen those. There's some people. I think it was Adam Rank had him 3-14. And
Adam Rank.
He's Adam Rank. He had the Bears at 10-7. So we'll disregard his opinion. But I was just saying I saw
the Bears more than 4 wins.
He has them at 10-7, getting the 5 seed.
He was also the same person that gave the 49ers were going to be like 3 when they made the Super Bowl.
Oh, that guy?
Yeah.
He's a Bears fan, so but
he is a Bears fan. That is true.
Yeah. I was just saying I saw that opinion of him picking Washington 3-14. I scrolled down and I saw someone that had him 9-8, getting the 6 seed, and I was like, this team is like all over the place.
Yeah, they are. They really are.
No, 100%. You hit it right on the money. I wouldn't argue both ways. I have them getting hot in the middle of the season and then kind of falling off at the end and going 7-10.
All right, well, let's go through everyone's full NFC East standings and records. I have the Eagles winning the division at 12-5, Cowboys finishing in second at 10-7. The tiebreaker goes to the Giants here in third place because they had the higher divisional record. 7-10 for the Giants in third place, 7-10 for the Commanders in last place.
I got Eagles 12-5, Dallas 11-6, and I do have them making the playoffs. Giants 8-9, Washington 8-9. Giants have the tiebreaker there.
All right, so I got the Eagles winning the division at 13-4. Then we move on. Cowboys finishing in second at 10-7. Then the Commanders coming in at 7-10 in third, and rounding out the field is the Giants at 4-13.
That's wild.
Really not. It's really not.
I got the Eagles winning the division 13-4. Then I have the Cowboys going 10-7. Then I have the Giants going 6-11, and then Washington 5-12.
Yeah, I have the Cowboys and Eagles both at 12-5. Cowboys with the tiebreaker, and then Commanders at 7-10, and the Giants at 6-11.
I think if I would have heard Zach's 4-13 for the Giants, like before I looked at their schedule, I wouldn't have had any issue. But like, it's the schedule for me. I'm just like, this team is gonna get 6 or 7. I feel like.
God, I hope so.
I feel like
Who
we've
knows,
said
though?
that about the Giants before, though, and it always backfires.
That is true. That's fair. It does. Anytime there's like hope with the team, it's
Yeah.
I'm just putting my
It's
trust
like
in
the same thing
Daboll.
with the Jets. People
Yeah.
always will like say like, "Oh, the Jets might win 5-6 games, then they'll go 3-13." Like,
Yeah.
I've stopped with those teams unless I see like real change, real progress. I'm not gonna keep like fake buying into them every year.
Yeah, I'm with you. It's tough, and they've given you no reason to believe otherwise. So
Exactly.
I think the Giants have improved, and I don't know. It just all comes down to Danny Dimes and whether he can sneak out a couple wins here and there. So I could see anywhere from 4 to 8 wins.
yeah,